Buildy here. I'm so glad you could join me. It's dinner time. Tashkent. I'm still dealing with the banks. Running into little bureaucratic snafus with paperwork. It's no biggie. I finally got to the window with the ticket you get at the Cossack. In this particular bank, I went there specifically because they have English on the electronic procedures, and I pushed change money and it gave me a ticket. My time came in like 45 minutes. Not bad. Told me what window to go to, and I went to it, and I said, yeah, хочу купить рубли. You speak English? They could tell by my accent. I'm sure they could understand what I said. I want to buy rubles. Oh, wait. And I had to wait about another 30 minutes while I went and got somebody that spoke English to ask me what I want. And I said, I want to buy rubles, which is exactly what I just said in Russian, which they understand. But anyway, he's a nice lad, and he helped me out, and we went through the whole procedure. I had to show all the receipts from the ATMs that I got the money out of. It's a very inefficient way to change money, but it seems to be the only way to do it here now. They've changed things recently. And then passports, visas, my registration in Russia, everything was scrutinized, and questions were asked, and conferences were held. And then they said, where are you staying in Tashkent? We need your Tashkent registration. I don't live in Tashkent. Oh, you need to have a registration here to change money. Well, it was a miscommunication. They wanted my hotel registration is all they wanted, but that's the way they said it anyway. Got that ironed out, and they never gave me a hotel registration. I didn't know I had to have one. So we called the hotel, and they didn't have any idea what they were talking about, and they didn't want to do anything. So I went back to the hotel in person, and I got the registration, which they could have sent. And now I'm going to go on my way back over there, but I'm famished, so I'm having a little nosh here. They got great service, great food, and great prices. So I don't know. I've been living like a bum for a while, and this is a nice relief for Uncle Buildy. Got good sushi, salmon, unagi for like $7 for a plate of sushi, and some juice, good juice, lime with mint. They're not big on alcohol here. I'm not big on having sushi with no beer, but beer is hard to get here. It's an Islamic country. And it's okay. The bureaucracy is a way of thinking. And I'm seeing it more and more back in America. It used to not be that way. People were independent. People were in positions where they could solve problems using their own intelligence, their own experience and intuition. That's not allowed anymore. Now everything's got to be procedure. And once you've had a few generations locked into procedure, they become like, I'm not knocking these people, but my God, the things that you get into. If you ask a question that they haven't been trained on and it's not normal, and it's a normal question, it's logic, that's what you get. Some of these restaurants around here, it's not really clear what you do. Do I seat myself? Do I wait at the door? There's no sign. I went into one that looked like a cafeteria. They had like a buffet type thing with a shelf along it that you slide on. Those are common in Russia. Gastronome, Stula bar, cafeteria. They didn't have any trays or plates out though, so I'm just standing there looking at it, and everybody's like, what do you want? What are you doing? Вот это restaurant, да? Да. Ja хочу завтрак. I want breakfast. What do? I sit? Eat? Yeah? They wouldn't answer my questions. You want me to sit down? Do I pay first? What? And I know they understood me, but all I get was there's 2 or 3 of them saying they're all... They've never been asked questions like that before. Everybody here knows what to do. This is a tourist area, for crying out loud. I usually, in situations like that, I'll just watch. I'll sit back and I'll watch other people and figure it out. But there wasn't any people coming in there. I was a little early, so that didn't work. I ended up leaving. I couldn't get an answer to anybody. It was a real simple problem to fix. But they do that in the U.S. now, too. They live on the road. I work in industrial factory areas, and sometimes I have to eat at cafes. I try to not to, but or in the wee hours of the morning if I'm working late, the night shift. And for the years I've gone into places and been met with that same sort of just stupidity. Walk into a restaurant, there's a sign by the door that says, please wait to be seated. So I stand there and I see all these waitresses in a huddle and they keep looking at me and they keep looking around the corner and they keep talking and they're all looking at me. Then they run and get some guy and he looks at me and then they have an argument. And then whoever loses has to come over and they kind of walk up looking at the ground and stop 10 foot away. Could I help you? It's happened so often, I develop countermeasures. Yeah, I have fun. I engage countermeasures. I've done this several times. They do that, and I look at the name tag and, okay, Brenia, come here. Come here. Don't be scared. I won't bite. Come here. Okay, what does this sign here say? Read it with me, okay? Please wait to be seated. Okay. Now I'm standing here by the sign. What do you think that needs to happen? I mean, come on. Work with me here. And I think, it's kind of funny, but Brenya never does, or Brenya's compatriots. And then they're like, oh, you just sit down. No. Okay, mission creep. I got carried away, and I enjoyed it. No, this sign says to wait here to be seated. Now, I waited, so you're going to seat me. Okay, I invested in this. I did what I was told. I expect to be seated, so you can seat me, Brenia. What do you... And then she'll wander around all over the whole restaurant in a big circle. And she gets back almost to the area where we started, and she starts getting real nervous and starts looking around like a chicken and flopping her hands around, and then she'll say, well, so whatever you want to. No, Brenia, that's not being seated. I expect for you to seat me. I want to be seated. Pick a place and tell me to sit down there. That's what I want you to do. Can you do that? Come on. And then poor Brenia, I'm trying to help her. This is like therapy. I'm trying to be helpful. It's tough love. Is this okay? Well, what do you think? I don't have any problem with it. Do you want me to sit here? She can't do it. She can't bring herself to tell me to sit down. The freaking sign says I'll be seated. So I sit down. And I'm being pleasant too. I'm not acting like a psycho. Okay, I'm acting like a psycho, but I'm being sweet about it. It should be funny. But it never is. And then the next phase of the operation comes through. Zoe or Brenia or Brittany or Jessica, the waitress comes with her notebook and her pen. Okay, sweetheart, what you having? It used to be considered rude to be forward like that. And you don't know me. You call me sweetheart for it. What the hell was wrong with you? Your grandmother would slap your face till it's hot. But okay, forget all that. Go play along. What you want? Gee, I don't know. Zoe, what do you got? Well, would you want a menu? This happens every time. Do I want a menu? Gee, I guess that would be one option, or I could just sit here and try to guess what you have. What do you think we ought to do? Do you have calf liver and arugula? Do you have any of that? So then she goes and gets a menu and brings it, makes another trip. I know they'll spit in my food. I don't care. Really, I don't care. It's on them. Here's the waitresses. It never happens at a pub or, you know, fairly successful, you know, like a sports bar or something where they have a grill. Never see that kind of stuff. Those are good waitresses. What is it with these corporate waitresses that work at Denny's and Waffle House? I don't know. I don't even remember the names of all of them. It's a shocking number of them are like that. They've been trained. They have no education. They have training. And they can only handle a very short, small, limited range of problems by following procedure. They can't think on their own. They don't like surprises, and they have no idea what to do, and they're just overcome with paralysis and maybe fear. They can't make a decision. They can't handle any sort of problem themselves. Well, they don't get paid very much, but holy crap. It's training, it's the educational system, it's the advertisements, it's the television, it's the movies, it's the culture. That's what does it. These people here have had generations of that. The U.S. has had maybe a couple. It's going to get worse unless you do something about it. I try to inculcate in my daughter to think and solve problems and handle anything, to handle curves. I throw curves at her sometimes. Of course, I'm not going to be around her a whole lot in the near future, but let's see if we can fix that. Back to the bank. I think I'm ready now. They're usually very busy in the evening, much more than the morning, so I'll probably be waiting a couple hours to get to the desk now, but that's all right. I got time. I hope to get out of here tomorrow or the next day. I need to. I'm burning up too much time. But I'll have some money today. And rubles, something I can use. Then I got to dump the rest of this soon. I'll just take it to a private entrepreneur. That's the relief valve that they have in post-Soviet countries. The official system that you're supposed to use is so clogged up with bureaucracy as to be almost dysfunctional. So they allow the technically illegal black market to take place. And if they didn't, the economy would go over the side. They'd wreck it. They can't have a 100% compliant, zero tolerance, you know, legal procedure because a lot of their laws are just freaking stupid. But the West has never learned that lesson. Post-Soviet countries know it. You have to have a relief valve. You have to have unofficial as well as official. You have to have a black market. If you make 100% compliance in anything, you're going to end up killing the whole population off. Your stupid laws and your harebrained designs, your schemes, all your laws that go into effect that are really influenced by people that are just greedy and have a way of making money off of it. You got to have a way around it. The Great Reset plans on screwing the lid completely down where there's no way around anything. That should speak to people. Forcing people to do things that are illogical, it's anti-human. making a waitress asked for my ID. Could I be 20 or younger? But she has to ask. It's our policy. Don't you feel dehumanized when they make you do shit like that? You should. If you don't stand up to it, it's never gonna stop. And it's only gonna get worse. They'll be making you do all kinds of stupid crap. These people lay down for it. People in my dad's generation didn't do that. Say, what? I'm not gonna do that. Everybody would say that. You couldn't hardly find anybody to do something stupid like that because they had pride. They had dignity. They didn't do things that are undignified to a human. Once you accept that, then you're a servo. You're well on your way. Stop accepting things like that. Your employer tries to make you do something that's illogical and stupid and wrong and anti-human, unhuman, inhuman. Tell them to shove it. It costs something. I've always done it. I've had to do some things, but boy, I let them have it. I made them feel bad about it. I made some waves. I made it unpleasant for them. They didn't like that one a little bit. I worked for KBR for crying out loud for years. All the stuff they came up with. You got to be on your toes. I had some of those managers so mad they couldn't see straight. He got up there one day, gave a speech. We got a camera up on top of that pole in the middle of the camp and it sees everything. It's a super duper camera and they see everything you do. And everybody's like, wow, you know, they want to scare people and to think that they're watching everything you do all over the camp at all times. I spoke up because that's absurd. What do you think, we're children? Is that you gonna give us boogeyman stories? I said, if that were remotely true, I'd have been fired like 60 times by now. Everybody busted up laughing. Oh, that guy got mad. You got to do stuff like that. I'm not bragging. That's just how I roll. You need to be more like Uncle Buildy. Give it back to him. It's the only way around. And there's going to become a point where they're going to want to put you in jail for it. I mean, it's getting there fast. It's just disinformation. If you let them have their way, everybody's going to die. Be a hero and put a stop to it. Oh, I'd make a crappy date, wouldn't I? What an embarrassment. Well, that's enough for this one. I might get a real hotel room tonight, or if I'm stranded for an extra day, I'll get one tomorrow so I can have some internet so I can download things. I don't think I'm even going to try this where I'm at because it'll take like 8 hours. I mean, to upload the video, it's just ridiculous. It keeps kicking out. There's too many people at that hostel and they're all gaming. But well, I got a made them. I got a lot of videos to make. Stay tuned, especially when I get back in Moscow. I'm going to have a little time on my hands and a real good hostel. Got to see some people, got to do some things, got to work on some things before I go back to Crimea. Uncle Buildy's going back to Crimea. New challenges. So stay with me. Thank you for your patience. Sorry I haven't been able to put much content up. I did make a bunch of videos, but I just wasn't happy with them. I didn't want to put them up. I still got them in the can. I'll look at them again. But yeah, it's all good. Keep up the good fight. Uncle Buildy signing out.